Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. It's the record time of 8:43 a.m. on Eastern Time on June 15th on Thursday. Hope you guys have a good week so far. With respect to Ethereum, $100,634, down about 1% so far. On the overall crypto market, as you can see right now, we are still digesting the negative correlation effects that we're seeing from the report and I guess the press release coming from the Feds yesterday on the announcements on the rate hike situations that will be going forward. Seems like on a near term we are not really moving the needle, but with respect to the more of a foreshadow perspective, we are expecting, well, again, based on the analysts of Wall Street, that the rate hikes might be increasing in the next two terms coming up. So we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, this is more of a prediction at the moment without any evidentiary support. So we'll see how that goes. But with respect to that, negativity, it will drive some, downsell on the crypto and also on the equity side. Especially on the equity side, which, as we've been talking about, is quite inflated so far, right? Which we'll dive into in a bit. But take a look at the Ethereum mark. We are at 1636 right now, just a hair below 1650. So the guidance that we are looking for is like, are we buying? Are we selling? What should we be doing? Should we be holding off? Let's take a look, right? So with respect to the current level, we are just about $15 away from 1650, which is a technical support level. If you look at that historically, we've been kind of holding on to the level for quite some time. And on the technical front, RSI is low at 29 out of 70, which is below oversold, which is good. Also at the same time, large separation. Yellow lines also below the blue line, which is telling us that we're on the right side of the spectrum. So daily looks good, checks out. On the weekly, you can see that the death cross has just formed, which translates into this red candle, where the 46 out of 70, so it's a moderately neutral level. But with respect to the technical support, like where are we? We are at a relatively substantive resistance level. But questions that we've kind of peeked out head is that this looks kind of like a head and shoulder pattern, which is like 21,000, which is the head. Shoulder would be at the 1650, and then the secondary shoulder, which is something that we are looking like we're about to form, right? You could see that we might technically just form a some consolidation area around the current level that we at, and then rise up a little bit and then get back into the 1750, and then we might actually sell down. But depending on the volatility of weeks away, that's the formation that we should technically see, because that's just the way it should be, right? We come down 1650, consolidate, form the secondary shoulder. Ideally we see a little peak around 1750 and then come back down to the 1650 mark and then elevate back up. So, and that should technically translate into the timing of the bull run that you could see that on the death cross that was formed. And then now we're on the right side of the spectrum at 47 out of 70. So eventually this will require a cross up, which is the golden cross, which translates into buying pressure. On the Bitcoin side of the equation, we had the 24,800, 900 if you round it up. Monthly looks good. Weekly looks like we crossed down, and the 49 out of 70 right now. So it's seems like we have formed a death cross, so that's something we've been waiting for a long time for, which is good. We might see some lower level at the 24,500 mark. On a daily right now, you could see that a large separation, 35 out of 70, in terms of like which one is more oversold. I would say Ethereum is more oversold compared to Bitcoin right now. So if you want to do the the trade of like shifting Bitcoin to Ethereum, I think that actually makes sense because of just more oversold activity on the Ethereum side compared to the Bitcoin side. So that's on the high level synopsis on the crypto. Let's take a look at the altcoin. We're quite similar in fashion, like not doing up or not doing down, but just around the corner that we are at, like just consolidating. The index front, again, SPY is quite extended. You could see that with respect to current level. Daily, 73 out of 70, large separation. So very high risk and high inflation. not just the interest rate, but the stock price, and also the technical analysis also show that the weekly also highly inflated at 40 out of 70. And last but not least, on the monthly, you could see that we're about to form a golden cross, which is good, but daily and weekly does require some level down before we level up. So what this is saying is that we should ideally see some correction, some sell-off before we run up from here. Okay, so it's a shorter one than usual. Hope you guys like this express or accelerated version, just to give you like the short and sweet, succinct information on the guidance on what you should be doing. But hopefully this is helpful, and I'll try to get back into the rhythm that I used to have on YouTube a little bit more. And thank you for the kind notes, and please feel free to comment and like the videos, and appreciate you. Take care. Bye.